Hi, welcome to the channel. On today's video you join me on a mountain summit in the Brecon Beacons, kept and at about 617 metres. Trig point is just behind me. I've woken up hoping for a nice sunrise and some views, but at the moment there's too much cloud around. You get the occasional view when it sweeps over, but no, at the moment just waiting for that to clear. But in today's video we're going to look at an alcohol stove for the first time. I've never used one on the channel, I've never owned one before, so we're going to try and cook some bacon rolls this morning. And this is my first time using the device. I've not even tested it out in the garden or at home or anything like that. So I will say straight off the bat, obviously you would have seen that this is a promoted video. I've been sent the cook set by Xboil. Now they haven't given me any sponsorship money, anything like that. They've just sent me the kit just to use, just to have a look at and do a review if I feel like it. They actually got in touch via Instagram because I've got quite a few followers on Instagram as well. But I said I'd use it on my YouTube channel. I've always been quite keen to try one of these things. And they've sent me a prototype. So most of their Xboil range, they're incredibly lightweight. You're talking between 40 and 60 grams for the setup. They're normally about having little pot stands, windshield, alcohol stove for just boiling water. But I was quite interested in actually doing a bit of cooking on it. So they've sent me the prototype of one which is designed to hold pans. So let's have a quick look at the kit because I'm quite hungry now, so let's get cooking. So in this little bag we've got the stove itself, which is incredibly small and lightweight, and it's got the fibre to which you should put the ethanol into. And it's recommended that if you're going to do trying to fry on it, then you use the lid as a tiny stand. They also sent a couple of small bottles. Obviously these were empty at the time, but I filled them up with some sustainable ethanol. So I've got no idea how long any of this stuff actually lasts. So I don't know how long the cooking time is from the liquid that I've brought. So I'm hoping it'll be enough. Now I've also got the windshield. This is a really, really thin sheet of metal. So incredibly lightweight, but also quite sharp. So you've got to watch your fingers with it. So you could pack it away flat, or if you were traditionally just going to boil water, you would wrap it around or inside your water boiling device. But I just tucked it up in the bag like that. So that just drops over the top, and that acts as both the windshield and the pot stand. So I'm hoping that's going to be stable enough. It feels quite stable, and I'm hoping it's going to be enough to cook my bacon. So there's only one way to find out, and that's to just double check I've got it in a reasonably level spot. And again, it shouldn't get too hot, but should I put something underneath it anyway? Have I got anything to put underneath it? Let's have a look. I should say as well that it does come with the pot supports, so you just hook them around the inside and then you can just drop your pot straight onto it, so it's really well protected from the wind. So according to the instructions, you're supposed to put this in, but don't overfill, so there's as much as it can soak up basically. Seems to soak up an awful lot. So I've used the tiniest pot just to see, because I know how many mils that is. I've got it written down somewhere, so I can just see how long it actually lasts in terms of cook time. Now, I had a lighter a second ago. Oh, it's kicking off quite a lot of heat already. So I've never used an alcohol stove before. I've just got a MSR pocket rocket system, got a little gas one. So the the benefit of using these is that it's a lot more relaxed kind of cooking time. It's a lot slower. So yeah, it's kind of suits a bit more the kind of slow wild camping style. If you want to just boil water as quickly as possible, then use some kind of, the jet boil, the wind burner systems, and that'll boil it as quick as you want. You can look at a longer boil time with this kind of thing. But if you kind of just sat around and you want to sort of see a bit of flame, have a bit of heat. Oh, that's hot already. Now we're just going very simple here. I've not bought any butter. I've not even bought anything oil to put in the pan because I was running out of time yesterday. So it's on my to-do list to try and get a little oil thing for the pan. I didn't want to take a big thing of olive oil or anything like that. And I need some proper tongs as well. These are just ones I nabbed from the kitchen. The lightest pair I have, but not exactly very compact. Or indeed good. Well, it's hot enough to sizzle, but the OEX pan is not big enough for a slice of bacon. Hopefully as it shrinks down it'll fit into the pan a bit better. Okay, so it does transfer quite a lot of heat downwards. I was under the impression it wouldn't do that, so yeah, that has not gone to plan at all. As I said, I've never used one of these before. I was under the impression it wouldn't transfer heat downwards. It clearly does, because it's obviously the paper's caught fire and the plastic has melted a bit and it's kind of all stuck together now, so I can't really do anything about that until I've finished cooking and it's all cooled down. So yes, I really want those like ultralight tables or something actually, for future use. But this is a learning curve, and you'll always see my experiences as they are, edited, but with not the embarrassing bits cut out. But on the good news, it is actually outside the tent now in the wind, and it's cooking absolutely fine. So the wind protector is doing absolutely fine. And just to give you some context of where I am, if we pan up from the stove and focus a bit more widely, that is the trig point in the distance there. So we're right at the top of the mountain here. So it is going to catch a bit of wind. I appreciate you can't see me because I'm silhouetted, but I figured it was a much better view having the sunrise and the context of where I'm pitched than just me staring at a messy kind of fire that seems to be outside my tent. It burnt through the first load of meths really quickly, so I've had to whack another load in. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to cook all the bacon, to be honest, because I don't think I've got enough meths to give me the cook time. But it is cooking okay. Just got to be careful that it is actually cooked, because I don't really want food poisoning after I've already been quite ill recently. And again, this OEX firestarter pan is absolutely not non-stick. I know I've not put any oil in it, but a true non-stick pan shouldn't require masses of oil to function. Thought I would share the view I've got as I'm cooking, which is towards the central Brecon Beacons. So the patch that's still shrouded by a little bit of white fluffy cloud is the central highest point. So Corndy, Pennervan, Cribin. Cribin's not anywhere near the highest one, but it's one of those classic three peaks that you can see from pretty much everywhere in South Wales when you look north. Now I think it is kind of cooked, but is that That's not the sound of a confident chef, is it? I think it's kind of cooked. It's trying to sort of, because the pan is so non-stick, it almost like the heat is lost in the mass of gunk that's now stuck to the pan. It's hard for the heat to actually come through and warm up the bacon. And I realise I've got metal tongs, so scratching it's just going to make things even worse. But it's lucky this is not a cookery show and a cookery programme. So far I'm impressed with the stove in terms of the heat it's whacking out. I'm impressed with the windshield. I'm impressed with the amount of sort of general warmth you get. So if you were actually cold, you could happily warm your hands up over an alcohol stove. It's a bit different to a kind of a jet boiler, which would just sort of, I don't know, I guess you can warm your hands up, but it would take them off if you got them too close. So I think 2 bits of bacon are cooked, but I have burnt through a second sort of refill of methylated spirits, or ethylated spirits, whatever it is. So I do wonder if I'm going to have enough to actually cook another 2 rashers of bacon. I'm hoping I do. But no, I don't know whether it's me, but it seems to be burning through the fuel at a heck of a rate. So I'm not quite sure how much you would need to take if you're going to cook quite a lot of food. A nice big bread roll. I've even bought a knife again. You can see I don't ever do cooking on this channel because I don't really have any kind of camping gear, and that's absolutely a disaster. I just cut through the bottom of the roll there. This is, I'm going to say, it's because it's fairly early on Sunday morning, that's why it's all going so badly, and not that I'm just an absolute idiot. So hopefully this bacon is cooked. It looks okay. What's the worst that can happen? Now, the most important thing to say is that obviously it's a bacon roll, and there'll be some people out there who have ketchup or red sauce with a bacon roll, which is of course just absolutely wrong. It's got to be brown sauce on a bacon roll. Brown sauce is your breakfast sauce, no ketchup, no red sauce. If you have red sauce, you are wrong. So there is one exception to that rule. If you're having 3 bacon rolls, then I will accept that you can have brown sauce, second one red sauce, third one brown sauce. You can have red sauce to split things up, give a bit of variety, and make you appreciate just how much better the brown sauce is with the final sandwich. So that's my words on sauces. Well, hopefully you found the look around the unboxing and the specs interesting. Obviously the link is in the description to Xboil. Also going to put their Instagram link because they've got lots of people on Instagram demonstrating how this is supposed to be used much better than me trying to set fire to my own tent and stuff. So yeah, incredibly lightweight, incredibly compact. The only weight you've really got to carry is the alcohol that you're going to burn. Cools down quickly and just pop the lid back on. The one thing you shouldn't do with it is you shouldn't put the lid back on when there's still fluids in there. So you've got to let it burn out, because it's not designed to be a carrier of fluids. It's just an empty vessel basically. So I'm not going to cook myself a second bacon roll because I'm not confident I've got enough alcohol with me to do that. So I don't like warm up some bacon halfway through and then run out. So I'll save that to when I get home perhaps. But yeah, a really cool little device. Obviously I still need to work out a better system in terms of what to put it on and stuff. So I might need to invest in one of those ultralight tables. I think Novice Wild Camper does a really good one, which he has for sale up on a couple of websites, so I might invest in one of those. But yeah, pretty pleased with the first go. I was going to test it in my garden, which probably would have been a better idea, but the weather's just been so terrible I didn't bother. And yeah, what a glorious morning. So I'm going to mosey around now and get ready to head back to the car and stuff. But if you made it this far, big thanks for watching. Big thanks to Xboil for sending me this little gadget. It's really cool. Do subscribe if this is your kind of thing. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, do drop me a like. And yeah, I will be doing other videos of this camp, so do look out for those as well. And the best way to do that is to subscribe to the channel and stick the notification bell on. Anyway, big thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.